Opening up the UFC 313 fight card, we have a brand new addition. This fight was added yesterday. We have Chris Gutierrez taking on John Castaneda. Both of these gentlemen were booked somewhat recently. Chris Gutierrez was on this card. He was supposed to fight Jean Matsumoto. They moved Jean. They moved him back to 2 weeks ago. I assume they told him, don't worry, Chris, we'll find someone for you. And that's all we can do is assume that he was prepared and ready, and it is what it is. Yeah. Then John Castaneda was supposed to fight last weekend. He cut the weight, he did all the things, and then his 40-year-old opponent was waved off by the referee, or the athletic commission, is the doctor that says this guy cannot fight. He's not cleared. We're not clearing him. He can't fight. So John Castaneda went through a full camp, cut the weight, didn't get to fight. They just said, stay in Vegas. We'll figure you out. And now here he is.
And I'm about to bantamweight, but damn, man, it's a mistake.
What is it at?
I believe it's a 140 catch weight.
No, all right. Maybe it's a catch weight. It said bantamweight on Tapology, so maybe they adjusted after the fact.
Mama says stupid is, stupid does.
If there's a catch weight, I'm even more confident in my pick. And if it's at 145, I'm even more confident in my pick. And I'll tell you why. But let's go ahead and break down this card.
145, I think, is people who were saying now. It does say 135 on
yeah, it says 135 on Tapology, so that's what I went with. So if
yeah, why does why the graphic says fucking fight night.
Yeah, that's a mistake on me.
Yeah, biggest card of the year. Fight night. Not the Apex.
It is a fight night.
It's a fight. It's a fun fight night.
Yeah, let's go fight night. Anyway.
You want to stick your thumb in my ass, Manny?
We got Chris Gutierrez, 21-5 in his career. He is 3-2 in his last 5. He is alternating wins and losses, taking on John Castaneda, 21-7 in his career, 3-2 in his last 5. He's coming off the one-sided loss to Daniel Marcos, and then obviously the canceled fight last week. Chris Gutierrez, very good striker. He's got phenomenal low kicks, good cage control, good volume. He's landing at more than 5 significant strikes per minute. He likes to come forward. He likes to chop up those legs. He also will hang out and just chop up those legs. He's not typically a super high volume guy, and he does sort of rely on you to push the pace to get the activity going. Good takedown defense at 69% on paper, but we did just see some of the wrestling lacking in his last fight against Quang Lee, but the striking was absolutely on point in that fight. He's taking on John Sexy Mexi Castaneda. We just did the full breakdown last week, but we're going to do it again. Former Division II college wrestler, but he doesn't always use that wrestling. He comes forward, busy hands, lots of shots, busy hands, lots of shots. He'll shoot a takedown, he'll come up, he'll get his hands going. He does not have a lot of power, but he'll make up for any lack of power with just forward pressure and activity. He was supposed to fight Douglas Silva de Andrade before the doctor called it.
Angelo, let's see those tits.
No. Best graphics in the game, though. Appreciate it. There's no DraftKings prices because this fight is brand new, you dingus. So they didn't assign DraftKings values yet. You clown shoe. Sorry about that. Listen, I'm going to go ahead and pick John Castaneda. The fact that this is actually at a higher weight even makes me more confident, because my big concern here was the fact that he did a full camp, a full weight cut, and then has to do it again a week later. That is really tough on your body. The water loading, the getting rid of that, and then doing it all over again. So giving them the extra 10 pounds is wildly helpful. I just think that
What do you know about the difficulties of losing weight?
I've cut weight hundreds of times. You dick whistle. Anyway, I think the forward pressure of John Castaneda is going to be the difference here. He's going to come forward, stay in Chris Gutierrez's face, and if he is moving forward and he doesn't hang out on the outside, Chris probably can't get those leg kicks going. And if John wants to go all in on the wrestling, we just watched Quang Lee have some success there as well. I'm picking John Castaneda. I bet on him. I threw a half-unit on him at minus 114. I'm even more confident in that now that I know there's a couple extra pounds on the board here. Jakey boy, what are your thoughts?
Here's what I'll say about this fight. I like Sexy Mexi, John Castaneda, former lock of the week. I did have him picked against Douglas de Silva, all those names, Andrade, whatever, Denada. But I was a little bit worried in that one because Sexy Mexi, I feel like, in my opinion, doesn't really know who he wants to be as a fighter. He has all the tools, good striking, tough guy, has wrestling, whatever. But it feels like there's no like actual game plans going into a fight. And sometimes that can be good and sometimes that can be bad. But if you don't really have a game plan versus Chris Gutierrez, you're going to be in a little bit of trouble. This is going to come down to who owns the middle of the octagon. Because if Sexy Mexi comes in and is pressuring Chris Gutierrez, you see him have issues sometimes letting his hands go. Obviously, if you get him against the fence, you can get some takedowns on him. And if he's not really letting his hands go and you're crowding those kicks, he really doesn't have much to offer. But if Chris Gutierrez is owning the middle of the octagon, which I think he's going to, and is trying to force that wrestling out of John Castaneda off that back foot, Chris Gutierrez is going to be ready for that wrestling. You saw him make improvements in the last fight. I know that he got taken down. I think that second round was controlled for a lot of the round. Was trying to play that guard game and stuff like that, and that is concerning. You don't want to give Sexy Mexi a free round. You need to scramble back to his feet. But you saw improvements later on as the fight went on. With the takedown defense. I know he's been working. I know the camp, Factory X, Cody. I talked to him. How's everything going? Cody said that he's had a great camp. I know that he's been working with Isaac Dolgarian. Isaac Dolgarian is one of the most nastiest wrestlers at 145 in the UFC. So he's getting those reps for the takedown defense. And if this stays on the feet, as long as Chris can be a little bit more active with his hands, which I think he's going to be able to because Sexy Mexi isn't like the most dangerous guy with his hands. I think he gets the kicks going as well and just kind of out-volumes Sexy Mexi to probably a decision win. But, I think whoever's moving forward is going to win. I think it's going to be Chris Gutierrez.
Yeah, the leg kicks are the one and only thing that worry me. Outside of that, I think John's going to be the one who moves forward. So we are split here. I'm on the Castaneda side. He's on the Gutierrez side. We do not have DraftKings fantasy pricing just yet because this fight was just slapped together. We do have the odds, and they'd moved very quickly. John Castaneda opened at more than a 2-1 favorite. It's not quite even. He is still the favorite, but it has moved quite a bit. I'm curious to see if there's any more activity down that pipe. But if you do want to unlock all the picks, all the bets, all the tools, everything that we offer, if you like to do your own research, we have a full tape index ready for you to go. If you like to just find some prop bets, we have a tool called the Prop Hunter, which is a curated set of data specifically designed to help you find prop bets. Everything you could ever want or need, ready to go for you in one single package, $10 for an entire month. Check it out now at wewantpicks.com. Couple of super chats, $4.99 random, but I was watching this movie Clerks 2. I don't know if y'all seen it. At least watch the trailer. Y'all remind me of the main characters. Is he talking about freaking Jay and Silent Bob?
I guess I'm the funny Jay and you're the fat loser that doesn't say anything, but you're the one that's always fucking yapping and
First of all, that fat loser's the one, he's the brains behind the operation. Okay? Son of a bitch.
What's her name? It's Clerks 2 is when it's not
Clerks
Aziz.
2 was like 20 years later. Oh, Rosario Dawson.
Oh my God. Clerks 2.
Dude,
Rosario Dawson. Fucking Jesus Christ.
Her
back
and
then,
Kids.
like,
Remember in Kids, that drug addict movie?
Because her and wasn't she fall in love with Silent Bob? It wasn't Jay, was it? Or no, it was the.
I don't remember. I just know Rosario.
It was
Dawson.
like the regular. Was it the regular guy? I can't remember who it was. I think it was just the one regular guy, or whatever. But yeah, she was fucking. It's a good movie. Those are good movies.
There we go. That's a whole movie universe. I forget the name of the universe. All those movies take place like in the same. There's like 6 movies in that universe. There you go. Humble Reaper, $5. Yuck. Hate these dudes. What the fuck? Yuck. Hate these dudes. Mostly Ange, but they crush pay-per-views and Premium has all the tools, so I'll listen to the lisp because they're making me rich. Dude, I don't know. I do not know how to feel about this. I don't know how to feel about this.
And I did notice the list's a little bit heavier this week. I don't know if that was a little swelling of the tongue from the bath.
Well, the Saturday night video was
usually the salt
slurring.
water kind of like sucks everything up or whatever a little bit, but maybe they had a little bit too much chlorine in there because I know you were underwater.
That guy spent $5 to say he hates me, but also like, hey, Premium's great. I'm so torn. I don't know what to do with that.
He just hates you more, which I think everyone agrees with. I think if everyone that literally says that they hate both of us, like I hate We Want Picks. If you ask them, yeah, but who do you hate more? They'd be like, oh, fucking Angelo for sure.
which is crazy because I'm like the
Except there were
normal
people
one.
attacking me out of nowhere on Twitter because they thought Montoya fucking yelled at me. Couldn't wait to fucking attack me. That was
That's
wild.
why I literally said
It's
that.
like, what
in
the
my
fuck
quick,
did I do?
I literally said that in my quick picks. I was like,
believe Jacob just got yelled at by fucking Coach Montoya. It's like, what are you talking
Well,
about?
and the best part is, and you and I talked about this a little bit, your face is nowhere on there, which means these people heard the voice, knew the voice, and watch enough to recognize your voice at an instant. Interesting times. $1.99 from the next Lennon. There's a fucking theme here. The hate Ange. Oh, never mind. There's not a theme. Let's back it up. The hate Ange got was wild. Get premium, and you'll know. I appreciate you, Next Lennon. Next Lennon is talking about the fact that Big Ange went out and had some drinks with the fam, enjoyed his time with his children, his friends, his family, some margarita flights, came here, filmed the video, ran through it, didn't do a full detailed breakdown of everything, talked about the fights. The fight recap video is a recap for the fights. What started to happen is, though, I was so good at betting, and we're on that like 15-week stretch. I was like, I'm going to talk about these fucking bets right up front. And then people were like, I want a full. Appreciate you, Lennon. Appreciate you.